Hey there, demons. It's me, your boy. We are back with some more medium. Probably our last story session for the medium. Oh, hope everybody's doing well. I It took me about a week to work up to it. I was able to go on 2 walks today, not one, which is pretty nice. Boy, I'm beat, but not as beat as I was yesterday. That kicked my ass yesterday. I was in so much pain. Uh, Today, I actually feel pretty good. Beat, but good. Tired, I guess, would be more appropriate. Bro, my controller feels funky. Hold on. I'm gonna take a moment to wipe this down. What the hell happened to it? It's been sitting. It felt wet, but I don't know from what. Okay. Well, resolved, I guess. Still strange. We're probably gonna finish this one today.
Okay, Marianne. Focus. This was your home once. There's gotta be something here.
That is the fastest that I have ever earned a trophy. I feel like we're fairly close to the end.
All burnt up, but I can still make out some of it.
Oh, there we go. Here comes that crunchy ass audio again. There we go. Alright, it's nothing.
Is that a dollhouse? How the hell did it survive the fire? Locked. Maybe there's a way to open it.
With brute force.
A family photo. It's sad to see it like this. Left behind. Forgotten.
So that's a key item. Interesting. So we're going to be able to put various ones here. Yet there's no indicators or anything. So we're just going to hold on to that for now. And head into
Another photo. Somehow it feels wrong to just leave them lying around. I feel like I should find somewhere to put it.
Alright. Well, let's try youngest to oldest. So it was the wedding photo. That one.
I think that's it. The Rekovich family history.
Yeah, that just made sense. Now, that probably impacted something in the mirror world.
All right. Let's see what's on the flip side of this place. Strange. It's like feelings etched into the wall. This looks eerily familiar.
We got just a thing for this. If we do finish this super fast, I do have a backup game for the night.
An ornate butterfly.
Whoops. Wasn't that. It's whatever. So, no way to proceed there, which is fine. I enjoy that the button to like confirm stuff changes whether you're in the material world or elsewhere. Why can't I add the butterfly to this?
The dollhouse. It's
Oh,
open.
I didn't even notice.
It looks like a replica of the actual house. A tiny mirror. Looks strange. It feels like something shifted.
Oh. Okay, I already understand that.
I knew it. The dollhouse, the mirrors, it's all connected. This room feels very familiar. Locked. 4 slots. I guess that means 4 butterflies.
But I don't know what order. Hi, Kay. How you doing, bud?
Hey. Another one of those butterflies.
You're tired? Me too. I've exercised twice today. I'm beat. Oh, here I am trying to cut this, mobile. Nothing else. You, didn't get around to streaming Signalis today, did you? Oh, that's a not good reason.
This room, it feels like it's pushing me out. Like it doesn't want me here.
I have very little,
Wait. I don't think this belongs here.
experience with hospice, but, it sucks. Okay, so there is a degree of control about that.
And another one.
And another one. Okay.
I hate you.
Well,
None of you know. None of you understand.
I do.
oh shit, she's talking to the mall.
Another mask. Were those the friends Satnus talked about? There's something underneath.
Time to rip and tear. This is like the most key items we've had so far in the game.
What is this? A tea party with the devil?
Stand.
What the hell?
So you can't put them in the wrong place.
Stop.
So far with this game, the only thing that I could see that was done in this game that would make me worry about anything for the Silent Hill 2 remake, 'cause remember, that's why I fast tracked this one, was red left, and looks like a orangey yellow one, maybe. Is they kind of keep you on a rail as far as like allowing you to explore. They're going to have to allow for some player agency in Silent Hill 2's remake. This game, if you're not doing the exact steps they want you to do at the exact time, then sorry, I'm taking a drink. Then like you can't proceed. Whereas I was talking to Miggins about this last night after the medium stream, but like in Silent Hill 2, when you're in the apartments at the beginning, well, sure, you have major things that have to happen first, or like they have to happen in certain orders, but some of the smaller events can kind of happen in whatever order because they all lead to you getting that big event done. And like that's not the case in the medium. In the medium, you gotta do everything the way Bloober Team planned it, or else you don't proceed. Now, all right, bud. Thanks for hanging out. So we're missing one butterfly somewhere. Even then, I may have to move the blue and whatever my missing one is, because I just kind of guessed.
I don't need her. She took my mom away from me. I hate her. I wish she was dead.
Lily, No, it was not my fault. What the hell's happening to me? Hope that's the last of them.
This might actually be the second butterfly. But we're going to try my original theory first. We're good.
What about her?
Leave her. Let her.
Oh God. That's 3. This place is like an emotional graveyard.
I appreciate them using the speaker. I would appreciate more if I wasn't streaming. That's not a very stream friendly feature, my dude.
It's all her fault.
No, no, no! She's my sister!
Then set me free. I will save you both.
Ah! Shit!
Oh. Oh. I couldn't get a shield up. I tried. Fucking game. I wonder how much they're gonna make me redo. I'd hope not very much. Oh, it's not so bad. Hello, textures. Yeah, let's just say those look like shit, my guy. That wasn't cheap. No. Not at all. Yeah, we already heard all this.
Ah! Shit!
I think I had to walk into the light. No. This is frustrating. Use your... This is not a very helpful hint, Bloober. We're just gonna pretend that looked okay and move on. So maybe let's examine the room a little bit. Is there's if there's a spot where that works, like I would imagine it would be right here, because like I'm just bathing in it. But like, yeah, I have no like spirit energy or anything to use.
Ah! Shit!
Oh, that's how you do it.
That thing. It came from her. Bought its way out with our lives. Lily. I need to find her. Huh. The basement looks almost intact. Maybe I'll find some clues down here.
He's out there somewhere. That much I know. Hell, the fact I'm sitting here writing this, not drooling in the corner, is proof enough. I just gotta find him. Funny, I always wanted to be the only one. Now I'm starting to think there were never really two of us. Maybe we were always just two sides of the same coin. Either way, I need him, I need myself to save her. Today's her birthday, February 27th. It always brings me back to that moment, the first time I saw her. That wonderful tiny creature. At the time, I'd do anything to just be her dad, to silence that other part of me. And now I'm desperately trying to bring it back, to help her, to save her. I think I finally figured out a way. It's risky, but it's our only chance. If it fails, no, it will work. It has to work.
Tell me about the fire, Lily. You were locked in, alone.
No, we were not alone.
Who else was there?
The voice. I didn't invite it, but it came anyway.
Oh, Lily.
Addie, where is Marianne?
She needs to stay at the hospital a while longer.
Will she be alright? I want to see her.
She's asleep, honey. The doctors aren't sure when she's gonna wake up.
I was in a coma. That's why I couldn't remember anything.
Listen, you have to come with me now.
Daddy? Where are you taking me?
I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry.
Thomas. What the hell did you do to her?
She's sick, but it's not physical. He was right. The terrible night. Something has awakened. Something was born inside her. It's eating her from the inside, preying on her strength. Her little body withers. I have to do something. We need to do something. So, from what I'm reading, or like gauging from this, is that the mall was living inside of Lily, and Thomas had picked up on it and was trying to get rid of the mall.
Barely legible. But I can still make out some of it.
Okay. That's weird. Well, I have just a thing for this.
A lot of love was put into this. But there's sadness, too.
So hold on. This says, Happy anniversary, 10 years. Time flies, huh? Here's a little something to help you keep track. I love you, you big dummy. So, combining, the important thing on here is the date. So, 1966. If it was bought the day it was given. April 14th, 1966. I know I didn't really miss the big hole here, but I deliberately skipped it because it seemed like it was going to go to another area. Yeah. Find a way to open the secret door.
Jesus, this thing is serious. Looks like it's military. Solid steel. Combination lock. for a pound.
Makes sense. Can't you lock the door?
This doesn't end here. It all ends in me.
Shit! What will it take to get rid of that fucking thing?
I kind of thought we killed it, but like also not really. It's done. They'll never know. They can never know. They wouldn't understand. They would never forgive me. They're safe. That's what matters. Separation. It's the only way. Alright, so we need a charge.
What is this place? Some sort of a fallout shelter?
Like, this thing just kind of gets caught. If you hold down, like, it'll kind of go through, but it just gets caught on shit. Also, that was pretty pointless. So imagine that all this was under the house.
There. That looks like a way out. But it's half underwater.
I bet you we have to do like an out-of-body experience or some shit. Like right now, because we can't get there in the material world, but we can here. So there's no water. I had a feeling there would be some spirit world shenanigans. The funny thing is unless I tell you which character I'm looking at, you never really know which one I'm focusing on. Now, granted, most of the time I'm focusing on the material world, but for that run, I was focusing on the spirit world. Alright, so I don't know what that's going to activate, but it was something. Oh, fun.
Maybe I could pump out the water from here. Yes, it's on.
The fuck?
Shit. Looks like both retention tanks are closed off. Maybe I could get down there and open them manually.
When we first stumbled upon the site, we thought it was just an old German bunker, a couple corridors, maybe some outdated supplies. 2 weeks of excavation later, we knew that old funny Mustachio must have had big plans for this place. A whole system of underground tunnels, reinforced concrete walls, the whole shebang. Guess he wanted to have himself a little forced retreat in case the whole master race thing didn't work out. The colonies did what they did best, stolen it for themselves. They wanted to repurpose it into a full-on nuclear shelter. They even got a power grid going, but that's as far as they got before the dream of Neva went to shit. Luckily for me, the entire thing was very hush-hush, and I made sure it stayed that way. As far as I know, most people who knew about it died in the massacre. I wouldn't exactly call it a silver lining, but still, if things go south, we should have a place to lay low. That's... Oh! So we just completed the loop. The loop, brother. Brother, can I have some loops? Please, brother, some loops. I always do that. Because in the spirit world, it looks like you can go that way. Very disorienting. Also, this looks like a terrible, no good, very bad door. Ooh. Like there's water spewing out of the seal. It's under so much pressure.
Ah, the lower levels are flooded. I'm not much of a diver.
Ads are starting here in a moment for Twitch folks. That sucks. Why would you go down from here? When you could just run over here past all of them. Like, this one makes way more sense. Oh wait, no, that was a different one. Shit. Man, the thing that works against you here is time. Shit. I don't know if I can proceed past that. Fuck. Oh. We probably actually need that on for something. So we can get into the control room without that passage now. Need all this water to go into these water tanks. That's what makes sense to me. But I can...
Okay. I can probably get to the first tank.
Okay, that's what I needed to do.
Naughty girl. Bitch. Ungrateful. If not for me. If not for me.
Oh,
Where would you be? What would you be? Burnt, charred, scorched, dead. You owe me!
I mean, that's just like your opinion, man. What? Why can't I... Okay, she can't pass through that for some reason. But I can't see why. What would block her from going through an open fucking door? And it's nothing in the spirit world. Old. That's me. What's up, bunny? I'm an old man. I kind of like this like guitar riff that keeps like playing, or this little like barrel. All right, now I can go through. It's so fucking weird. I don't get it. Oh, it was filled with water.
There. Now it's ready to gulp down some water.
They give you just enough to get through those.
I'm so glad you're here. The others, not enough. Never enough. Never full.
Where the fuck is he at?
Born. And her. Old, worn out, rag. You. Cut from the same cloth.
Again, that's just like your opinion, man. Oh, it only took half of it. Well, that kind of sucks.
So far, so good. Now I can get to the other tank.
The blah. See, like if I was playing this on PC and I could do mods, I would mod the maw to be the blah, and it would just be Hank Hill chasing Marianne around. Bah, propane. Put the propane in me. Um, I don't really know. Like, is this the central chamber that I'm approaching? Nope. So we have to move a whole shitload of water somewhere. But I need the east chamber open. Wait, did I fuck up by turning that power back on? I think that was my first fuck up. Should just left it off so that way I don't have to take this way every time. The ball.
So much out there for us to see, for us to eat, for us to wear. Can't go on like this, alone, naked. Just let me wear you. We'll walk this world together.
He absolutely would send like a dick shirt to somebody. You must understand.
Okay, let's get a lay of the land.
Oh, now we kind of understand. Okay. I ignored the shit out of that. Oh, there's the central chamber. But that's not what I'm interested in right now.
Shit. The valve is missing. Please be around, valve.
Just look on the back of the valve guy's head. Boom. Boom. Why? How's this a puzzle?
Hey, that's my way out. Once I dry it up a bit. That's it. Second tank ready for duty.
We're gonna see the mall and he's gonna be like, get in my belly.
So many dolls to play with. Such pretty things to wear. Francis. Nurse Ursula. She was insatiable. And him, the only one to get away. But they don't last. They never last. But you will. Won't you?
Kind of fucked up, these tanks only hold half.
Yes. The central chamber's open. Get your ass down there, Marianne.
I don't have any fucking... That's so cheap. No, I don't have any more of that shit because the fuckers made me spend it all. Hmm. Oh.
No more cold. No more shame. Never again. Let them look. Let them see. Let them know. Let them feel our pain. Mine! It all ends in me.
How the fuck? Use all the spirit stuff that requires spirit energy that you don't have. That's what they keep telling me. I just managed to hit a checkpoint, but I fucked myself over.
No more cold. No more shame. Never again. Let them look.
There's nowhere to hide.
See. Let them know. Let them feel our pain. Mine! It all ends in me.
I don't need this cutscene every time, dude. Do I just beeline it in front of him and say fuck it?
No more hunger. No more cold. No more shame. Never again.
I actually like the delivery of his lines.
Let them see. Let them know. Let them feel our pain. But me, it all ends in me.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, the mall is voiced by Troy Baker. Imagine that.
No more hunger, no more cold, no more shame. Never again. Let them look. Let them see. Let them know. Let them feel our pain. Mine! Let me be the ones in me.
So we had to bait him. What the fuck was that? Hold up. So the way through that was to bait him with an out of body experience. Then just before he got me. Oh
No, don't do this to me.
fuck.
Burnt to a crisp. Guess I should look for a spare.
So yeah, we had to have an out of body experience, bait him with that. What the fuck was that, dude? Here's what I think I know. The powers come from the same place, but they can manifest in different ways. She seems to exist in both places, as if her mind can inhabit two bodies at the same time. To her, what happens in one place affects the other. Does she see the line between the two, or are they one and the same? New hypothesis. Death thins out the veil between worlds so that a newborn mind never has to split. Makes sense in some weird, fucked up way.
Hey, I know this one. Used to be one of my favorites.
Okay. That's weird.
Vitamins, antibiotics, neuroleptics, antidepressants. Even by my standards, that's a lot of pills.
Just shove the bolt cutters in there. They are the most powerful item in the whole game. Oh, and we get no spirit world. I only just noticed that we're full here. Damn, even intuition's like, nah, dog, we got nothing for your ass. Except a bunch of lore items.
Busted open. From the inside. Ah, yes. This was definitely Lily's place, where he kept her.
Salt. Who knew it was that simple? Bit of alchemy, some spiritual infusion, and there you have it. Looks like the folk tales are true after all. Anyways, the room is ready, and it works. It actually works. For the first time in my life, I can feel alone. It feels fucking wonderful. So those are definitely drawings of the mall.
She'd be a grown woman by now, but the room is still all dolls and unicorns. Little windows into the world. It's something, I guess. Sunshine doesn't really translate to text, though. Again with the salt. The whole room is lined with it. Imagine being locked up in this place, having a needle shoved into your arm day in, day out. You didn't deserve this, Lily. Quite the selection. So she could doll herself up with no one to see her. Maybe he meant well, but somehow this just feels sadistic.
And the mall said, fuck this shit, I'm out, and took revenge on everybody. So is Sadness not Lily? Because that's not a grown woman, that's a child. Unless maybe the spirit like doesn't take the exact appearance.
Ah, shit. Too much power.
So that second one's the troublemaker. Oh, that kind of works actually. Just doesn't work in here. But I don't think, yeah, it was enough to trip it, but it's enough to still not get it. We gotta get it in the green, I think.
Ah, shit. Too much power. Let there be light.
Oh, this is where we came in from, isn't that? Yep. Maul's out there kicking cans. Like, the bitch juked me with an out-of-body experience. I'm pissed about it.
Looks like he could never quite let go of his passion. In another life, perhaps.
She almost saw me today. Sensed me. I should have known. I need to be more careful. Keep my distance. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I know I did the right thing leaving her at the hospital. It's better this way. She's better this way. If I keep thinking of that day when it finally happens, when she discovers what she really is, She'll be confused, afraid. I should be there for her, to help her make sense of it all, to tell her it's alright. No, she'll make it through. She's strong, just like her mother. So I'm just gonna throw a theory out there. I don't have a lot to support it other than a feeling. But what if we're Lily? Oh, so he had the number to contacts.
This was definitely Thomas's workspace. I can sense the determination. Whatever he was working on, he really gave it his all. Were you trying to send the monster away? Or to get your other self back?
Oh, there's a picture of Mary Ann, so that's already kind of weird. Hypothesis. When experiencing trauma, the soul can split into two separate entities in order to mitigate the damage. Observation. The entities can remain agreeable or turn hostile towards each other. How to destroy one without destroying the other. So it seems like whichever girl Lily was, if that weird crackpot theory of mine has anything to it, like he wanted to kill the mall but not Lily, but like there was no way to kill the mall without killing Lily. Well, see, a little bit of puzzling situation. His insight doesn't really give you shit. Oh, this is a new room. Okay. So we hadn't explored everywhere yet. I know Akira Yamaoka and Mary Elizabeth McGlynn did a yeah, there she is now. I can't really like sit here and focus on it. Oh,
Nice
that's right,
floor.
and Troy Baker.
Very minimalist. Huh. Mold. It looks pretty fresh. Someone's been here recently.
Is this the kitchen she's telling her story in? It's quiet now. Just me and her. Just me and her. It feels strange, but in a good way. how it should be. I best enjoy it while it lasts. I already started moving the workshop over to the hotel. If anything happens, I don't want her anywhere near it. I'm going in soon to get him back. This only ends in one of two ways. Either both of us are coming back, or neither.
If I find enough pieces, I might be able to get to the other side. Okay, here's one. So far, so good. There. Another one.
I do really like that they make sure you can hear the song the whole time.
This should be enough. Let's make magic happen.
Oh, Troy Baker.
And there it was. The moment we finally met.
You. You're alive.
Thomas?
In a way, yes.
Wait. You're the other one. The spirit. But the hound. I thought you were gone.
Gone. No, no. Trapped. I spent years in Henry's fucked up world. Oh, when you sent him away, I could finally break free. That's why you're so important. You can finish this.
Where is he? Where is my father?
I don't know. For the first time in my life, I don't feel his presence. I've been away for so long. Could you stay
for a moment?
Oh, so she's been talking to him the whole time.
Tell me how all this stuff.
I thought I recognized this kitchen.
It all starts with a dead girl.
That's neat. I like how they've been using this as like the way to kind of drive the narrative to this point. Now the cigarette's almost out.
What about Lily? Did my father...
No. He couldn't have. He wouldn't. He loved her too much. Both of you.
So, what happened to her? What is this place?
This is where he kept her. That cell back there, it only exists in one world. Keeps the other one out. He built it so that he could be alone. It's the only place he could feel normal. Separated from his powers. For me. Came in handy once Lily became unstable.
Unstable. What do you mean?
She's a medium too, Marianne. A powerful one. Guess it runs in the family. When Richard hurt her, it awoke something inside her. Something terrible. And it was only a matter of time before it got out. It's what your father feared. What he tried to avoid.
That's why he called me. But that means...
Yes. She's still alive. There's still a way to save her. You have to find her, Marianne.
Where is she? Where is my sister?
You know where.
The lake.
It's coming. Time for you to go. I'll hold it off for as long as I can.
I'm not leaving you.
You can't always save everyone, Butterfly. Trust me, I know. And I'm sorry.
Oh. He made sure that the mall wasn't gonna, wreck our shit. This flashbang shit should be a crime. I do really like that he calls her Butterfly.
Oh no. No. No, no, no.
I feel like this is pretty much the end of the game.
God. This is it. The place from my dream. I've walked this path 1,000 times in my mind. I know every inch of it. But this time, something is different. I'm getting close. I can feel it. I can feel it so clearly now.
This area is really pretty. There's our thumbnail right there.
You finally made it. Lillian. Been waiting for you, little sister.
For some reason, I thought that it was the other way around.
I didn't know. I couldn't remember. I'm so sorry. It's okay. It was better that way. At least you had a life. For a while. Lilia. That day when the fire broke out at our house, I made a deal. The part of my soul that was tormented was set loose. You mean the monster? But why? To save you. It helped us escape the flames, but in return, I had to set it free. Free to devour, to destroy, to kill. The Neva massacre. Yes.
All those people died so that we could live. And because I lived, so did my demons. Father knew my powers were too dangerous. He left you at the hospital so you could have a normal life.
And what about you? Did he try to...
No. Maybe he should have. But he couldn't bring himself to do it. Instead, he locked me away. But he only delayed the inevitable. Monster, it got out. And now you're here. You're the only one who can fix this. You. We both share our father's gifts, but also his fate. And the dream.
The dream? But all I see is a girl. You. Shot dead. Here, on this pier. Hasn't it already happened?
No. The dream. It's what I want to happen.
What?
It all ends in me.
But... No! No!
Can't send a spirit away while the host is still alive. That's why you couldn't destroy the monster. That's why Sadness didn't want to go.
But... You're my sister.
That's why it has to be you. I'm not strong enough. It won't let me. Only you can end this. Only you can fix
Well,
what
fuck.
my father could not.
Liliana, I can't. Please, don't
I'm
make me do
sorry.
this.
It's the only way to destroy it. To prevent further bloodshed.
Lily? Oh!
Marianne? What's going on?
Skin suit. Now too small.
Oh, they're swapped.
Stricken. Outgrown her. Don't need her. Suit. Light. Almost gone. Not dark yet. But it's getting there.
There is another way.
Marianne. No.
What?
What was she doing? It changes nothing.
It's like you said. I'm your only chance. Aren't I? You need me. A medium strong enough to sustain you. The others? They only lasted for so long before you broke them down.
Marianne, please. I don't want
Maybe
this.
it's not your choice. Maybe this is my story after all.
No!
Don't do this!
Please, sister. Set me free.
No! Stay back! Stay back!
That's about to be sororicide.
It has to be you.
It'll never stop.
save everyone, Butterfly.
What? What the fuck?
It all starts with a dead girl.
What? I'm so. Oh shit.
Voices, voices deep inside me keep calling, they're calling. Voices, voices deep within me, they tease me. Why can't I break free? Voices,
This is what I've heard.
around me, whisper to me, someone make them go away. Voices walk beside me, hide behind me, please make them go away. Someday I'll find my own way, won't look back on all this pain and sorrow. Some way there'll be a new day, and the road before me I will follow. Voices in my head echo all that's left unsaid from the dead. They said, keep ringing in my head, and these voices in my soul know that I'm not in control. Let me go, let go. No one ever has to know. Crying tears in isolation, the lost time, what was mine? Searching, shivering in the darkness of my mind. I'm so blind. Screaming breaks the silence.
This is a banger.
No reliance on my fading sanity. Savior, there's no savior to recuse me from my own humanity. My life best seen in hindsight, so much lost in moments lived unclearly. voices in my heart, tearing all my hope apart. Ease the pain, but it remains. I'm lost on where to start, and these voices in my soul know that I'm not in control. Let me go, let go. No one ever has to know. Let me go.
I'm wondering if there's a post credits. I'm not mad about this ending. I'm just confused. Okay, we get a little bit of something. This looks like the spirit world. That's Thomas's watch. That seems like a sequel tease. Well, all right. Whew. I feel like I have to give my thoughts about this game in two different opinions, or not two different opinions, but two kind of different statements, because I need to first address the fact that, okay, we just finished the game. We need to talk about the game on its own merits, because the game deserves that. Every game deserves that. So the things I really liked about it, the visuals are top notch. I think they look really good. Atmosphere, environmental design, everything that comes from a visual design and aesthetic standpoint, even the sound, the auditory design and aesthetic is great. I'm really digging that. But there are aspects that trouble me a little bit about this game, or that I wasn't as keen on. I think I'm probably more forgiving of the gameplay than a lot of people probably were, because people seem to be really against the idea of a game where you just kind of explore a world and you don't have to necessarily fight for your life. People hated Silent Hill Shattered Memories for that. People generally don't play a lot of indie games that are like that. I'm terrible about that. Even though we're kind of here, though, this is a pretty big indie game, if you would count it as one. And then this game gets bashed on a lot. But I don't really understand all the criticism about it. Like, I understand that if people don't like the idea of there being a survival aspect to it, because that wasn't really here. This was really just kind of a like horror, like a horror themed game, but not necessarily like, not a horror action game, not a survival horror game, just kind of like a cinematic horror game, I think is kind of one way I would describe it. And horror, honestly, is kind of a strong term for it. Tends to just be like horror adjacent or like psychological. Um, it really delves more into like personal relationships for the characters and tries to weave this kind of like complex narrative that uh, I think they had good ideas, but they left like it feels incomplete, and like the ending just really like kind of leaves a little bit of a sour taste because like we get no closure, no definitive answer. We don't see anything happen to the mall. We don't see I don't know. Yeah, that just froze for a while before those heads started moving again. We don't see anything happen to the mall. We don't see who gets shot. We don't even see who does the shooting because it could have been Marianne firing the shot. It could have been Thomas firing the shot because we have no idea where Material World Thomas is at. He's been fucking AWOL the whole time. So, uh, the story is not bad. I think people really kind of focused in on Richard, who they never outright said what he did, but they heavily implied that he assaulted or molested Lily. And like we're only really left to speculate, but we know that the harm that he inflicted on her was enough to create all this trauma and eventually the maw, uh, which the definition of maw is the jaws or throat of a voracious animal, the mouth or gullet of a greedy person. I don't know if that's meant to be taken quite as literal as that, but it's kind of a heavy subject. They brushed it lightly. I think people hyper focused on that, to be honest. They, like, I remember one thing I read about the game. It was, and I remember it almost verbatim, but they said the entire game is about trying to forgive a pedo. That was a comment I read on the internet, and it stuck with me about this game. And I've been playing this whole time. Like, I had read this shortly after the Silent Hill 2 remake was announced, and people were like, Bloober, blah, 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 the medium, blah, blah, blah. And someone had made that comment on Facebook. And it's kind of stuck with me through this playthrough, but, like, I didn't really see them, like, trying to do forgiveness. Thomas had no fucking forgiveness. Like, the closest he got is just saying, you know, just say you didn't hurt her and I'll let you go. But like Richard did not get off of that easily. He got fucked up. And I just don't understand. Like, I may be missing something. I fully acknowledge that there may be some hole here. I'm fucking stupid. So like I don't I always like in any sort of discussion like this, there's always that possibility of, you know, maybe I got shit wrong. But people hyper fucking focused on that. There is a much larger story. And granted, like, yes, that's part of it, but like there's a much larger story. There's this whole world of mediums that could exist, but we get robbed of it at the ending. We only know of 3, and one of them is missing. The other one we meet in the last 5 minutes, and then there's us just running around and be like, oh, alright then. So I think the story, either they're setting up for a sequel, sequel, have they talked about doing a sequel to it? There was no plans for a medium DLC. This is from Tech Raptor. This is from an AMA with Bloober. He said, at the moment, we do not have plans for a DLC. Post-credit scene intends to complete Thomas's thread, not to tease a DLC. At the moment, we do not have plans for DLC, but life taught me never say never. That was in response to a separate question where the lead designer had said that. So if they're not planning anything, either A, they're just not saying shit like they did with Silent Hill forever, or B, they really designed a game that is full of sequel bait and said, nah, dog, we're good. The game already recouped its development and marketing costs, so like it made them profit. Interesting. Yeah, I think if anything, the story just left me wanting more. I don't feel fulfilled. I feel this kind of reminds me, and we haven't played it on stream yet, so I'm not really going to go into detail about it, but this feels a little bit like Metal Gear Solid 5, where we just didn't get anything really satisfying to finish it off with. So I'm a little sad, but overall, I would say the game is worth checking out if you don't mind the fact that there's not a real like action gameplay design to it. I know this is like a Bloober style. This is not an action game. The most actiony it gets, no shit, is either balance beams, which is a crime, or like doing the little shock parry thing as Thomas when like the vines try to whip you. That's about as fight or actiony as it gets. And like that's okay. Games don't have to have a lot of action. I'm fine with that. But so I mentioned the things I love. I love the design ideas. I love the aesthetic of the game. I love the audio design of the game. Really good. The tracks are great. They all seem to fit. I have the soundtrack in my Apple Music library already. I plan to listen to it well beyond playing the game. The story was okay. Like leading up to that last 5 minutes. The story was pretty good. I was fairly engaged. Like I wouldn't say I was like sitting on the edge of my seat thinking about what was going to happen next the whole time, but I was engaged in it. I enjoyed it fairly well. It was not bad. People are they will hyper focus on the weirdest shit. As far as the gameplay, that's going to be where the flaws really like start to shine with it with me, as I'd give the story a pretty good pass, aside from not feeling fulfilled about the ending. That's the only real like kind of thing. But even then, like it's fun to kind of speculate and think about what it is. I want a better conclusion. But in regards to the gameplay, the exploration is good, but it is hindered by Bloober's insistence in this game to only have you complete steps, generally in a very specific order. You get very little flexibility on accomplishing the objectives. You and like I think of the scene with Thomas. He's in the attic. They kept my spirit charged from me so often with Thomas, because I hadn't hit some arbitrary checkpoint or checked some arbitrary item that was like kind of out of the way. And like it wasn't like terribly out of the way or anything, but I had to look in a very specific corner of the room that the camera angle was not it is not friendly with at all. But yeah, essentially the rail aspect, being so hung on the rail, is it hurt. It hurt a little bit. The exploration generally is fine. I love having collectibles, being able to read stuff, kind of piece together the narrative. That's the design they went for. It's not like Army of Two: The 40th Day where the whole story is hidden that way. You get cutscenes and things are mostly properly presented to you. That being said, if they're going to have it to where you have to see certain story beats, they need to make sure that all of it is prominent, not just some of it. Um, Bounce beams are a sin. Flashbangs are a sin. Uh, the only other like gameplay thing that I would really like take any issue with is the it's a term that I back when I enjoyed Ego Raptor, and like I won't say that I actively don't enjoy Ego Raptor these days, but I couldn't give a shit about Game Grumps or Star Bomb, even though I enjoy Ninja Sex Party. I just don't care for Star Bomb. It's whatever. Um, but he did a series called Sequelitis, and there's the Mega Man Sequelitis video, and that video is just stuck with me for a decade or more. And a large portion of that video talks about the idea of conveyance. And conveyance is how you guide a player to various objectives, how you teach the player through gameplay or through design to guide them through your game. It's okay to allow them to explore and get lost, but they need to be able to find their way back. And this game doesn't always do the greatest job of that. And part of that is because that arbitrary step-by-step nature, because they don't open it up a little bit. Like the problems are kind of intertwined, but like it also applies to the camera angles. This game has some really unforgiving camera angles in rooms. I think this game would have benefited much more, at least when you're not in like dual realities, to have a behind the shoulder camera. Don't get me wrong, I love the more fixed camera or even a painting camera, but the camera still has to do a service to the player and not hide things that the character could realistically easily see. There were times in the game where I'd be like, where the fuck's the next path? Oh, it's this weird place off the screen. Obviously I finished it, but it was difficult for the wrong reasons. Any difficulty really presented by this game is all for the wrong reasons, and I didn't like that. So The game had some conveyance problems. It couldn't really convey its objectives that well. But that's all I have to say about the game itself. I really tried not to mention Silent Hill 2, but full disclosure, I said this at the beginning of session 1. I started playing this because I needed to play a Bloober game. I needed to understand the hype, or rather the negative hype. It's the stress, the anxiety. Like there is a I recognize them as a small-ish but very very vocal section of like the Silent Hill community that is fucking sweating bullets over uh over the fact that Bluebird's handling that remake. And I'm not going to really rant too much about it because I already kind of like talked about my feelings about it earlier. But here's just some of my quick thoughts regarding it now that I've played a Bloober game. I plan on checking out more and kind of seeing what they tend to do as a trend. You can't really like talk about developers' trends based on one game, but I can at least take some guesses based on their latest game, which, as far as I know, is this one. Um, but the visuals are going to be amazing for Silent Hill 2. I don't think Bloober's going to fuck that up at all, especially Masahiro Ito being on board. I mean, the dude designed all the creature. He directed any cutscene that has the creatures in it. He even helped with some story points. His involvement, I don't think he's going to let them really stray too far outside of the idea of what Silent Hill 2 is. He isn't Team Silent by himself, but he was a prominent member of Team Silent. And I have no doubt that Bloober would be like, yo, Ito, let's do this crazy thing. And Ito would be like, what the fuck are you doing? That's not Silent Hill 2. Get that shit out of here. So I'm not worried about them like drastically fucking up any monster designs, any character designs, environments, even the story. I think while they may add some things and people are going to feel certain ways about the things that they add, I don't think there's going to be anything that just truly ruins it unless somebody plays that game looking for something to hate. Because if you have to play a game just looking for something to hate about it, just fucking turn it off. It's not worth it. Why play a game if you're not even going to try to have fun with it? It's okay if you don't have fun with it. Some people turn it off. Me, I'm a masochist. I do a bunch of shit that's not fun, but that's just because I'm really stubborn. It's one of my least liked things about myself, but it's there. I think they're going to do fine with the story, mainly because Ito is attached to it. The audio is going to be great because they have Akira Yamaoka there. So any audio that goes into the game, like that criticism goes to Akira Yamaoka, and that man can pretty much do whatever he wants. Like of anybody that could go in and change the audio in an official release, he's the man to do it. That's his thing to change. So that's fine. The thing I worry about the most, I don't worry too much about combat because let's be real and get this down to brass tacks. Silent Hill 2, this is turning into like a whole rant at the end of the stream. Sorry if anyone still listens to this. If you're still here, hi, thank you. But Silent Hill 2 does not have that deep of a combat system. I'm not saying that Bloober can't find a way to fuck it up, but I'm also saying it's not hard to get the basics right. And I think the move to the behind the shoulder camera is going to be really good because it's no secret Konami was really impressed with what Capcom has been doing with Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, so on and so forth with their third person games. Like survival horror is making a comeback in mainstream gaming, which is fucking great. And it's not a bunch of arcadey shit either. It's like full on like horror games. Like, let's fucking go, dude. I don't think they're going to struggle so much with the combat, but they need to make sure that the way you progress through the game is not going to be fucking attached at the hip to whatever arbitrary decisions they make of how you have to proceed. Like, yes, you need to go from major point to major point. Yes, there are going to be some things that should be locked away until you do other things, but you need to allow for player agency, and the medium doesn't really do a lot of that. So if I have a concern about Bloober Team doing Silent Hill 2, that is my sole concern, is the lack of player agency. And I'm going to check out some other Bloober games over time. We don't know exactly when Silent Hill 2 is coming out, though apparently it's going to be sooner rather than later, because it's in the final stage of development. But it's going to be a matter of player agency and allowing the players to act out whatever they can with James as they would have in the original game. They can't fuck that up. You need to get lost in Silent Hill. You need to find stuff that's off the beaten path, and not just story items, health, but sometimes trouble too. That needs to be there. That's going to make that town feel alive, even though it's generally empty. So that's the concern that I have. Graphics, fine. Audio, fine. Story, probably fine. Ito's not going to let them fuck that up too much. Combat, they don't have much to fuck up. Silent Hill 2 is incredibly basic. It's going to come down to player agency and how you progress through the game. But anyways, that's all my thoughts put out there. Fresh take. The internet, most of the survival horror community is great. They're excited for the Silent Hill 2 remake. They're like, if there is cautious optimism regarding Bloober, that's fine. I get it. But don't hate it right away. But for the ones that are fucking whining about, oh, it's Bloober, it's going to be shit, and they're writing it off already, they hate it, and they're putting that hatred out there, I have one thing to say to you. Shut the fuck up. You are exaggerating whatever feeling that is. That is pure hyperbole. And you need to learn to have fun. That being said, I'm not being very kind right now, but I'm going to ask all of you to be safe, be kind. YouTube folks, I will see you later. Twitch folks, we're not done. I'm going to do BRB and let you know what we're doing. So...